There you go. Here comes Baker and Farrell. Woo! Excuse you, Fallon. Leave that long here. Never pass up the opportunity to cut down a cedar tree, even if you are fixing the fence. What is her problem? Oh my God, that's why you stay in the house. Yep, you come out here for 5 minutes and get covered in stickers. Well, what's up guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and we got a little bit of rain last night. Not like what was predicted, but we've got a couple days of clear sunshine, and then they're calling for 3 days of rain. We'll see if it happens, but I've got some fence projects to work on because I'm really trying to figure out ways where we can get animals out of overgrazed pastures. It's not going to work with the goats, but I've got an idea at least for the donkeys, and when we bring the other donkeys over here. This fence that, as you can see, is not in great shape is not a boundary fence. It's not a property line, but it's one we before years ago. Like my dad built this fence 30 years ago probably or more. It kept cattle from going down on the creek. Because this creek's so large, you can't really build a big enough water gap to keep cows. It's not gonna stay. The cows will not stay in. So we built this fence, but I think what I can do, hang on, let me flip the camera around. So just for orientation of where I'm at, you can see our barns up there, the house, the greenhouse, the new equipment shed. I have a gate on the back fence of the pen where the donkeys and the goats are right now. But what I'm thinking I can do is come off of that fence over to my equipment shed with a hot wire, some temporary panels, and then come along this field with a hot wire, like a 2-strand hot wire. I don't want to build another permanent fence. That's kind of silly. So I think maybe a 2-strand hot wire down and then to a 90, to a corner, and then tee in to this existing barbed wire fence. And that would give us 2 more acres of pasture right here that we could rotate at least the donkeys and alpacas and stuff through. And typically this is a big food plot field. I usually cut hay off of it. It's not a great hay field, but there is still a lot of grass, even though grass is starting to go dormant. But I think we can get all this cleaned up, get this fence patched here. The big issue is going to be I have to cross this ditch twice with a fence, some sort of crossing. There's one existing here that's not the greatest, but it did keep cattle in years ago. It needs to be patched. There's some trees have fallen and things have washed out over the years. This is the easy one. The more difficult one will be up here behind my equipment barn, because you've got to have some sort of water gap to prevent the livestock from just going through the ditch and getting out and escaping. And that's why this is not going to be for goats. I'm not building a fence that will hold goats by any means, but at least the donkeys will be able to graze and we can rotate goats around. And this will, I may let them back here some this fall, obviously, but I'm really kind of planning ahead, looking for next spring. I've got this area and one more that I could set up a hot wire on, but I will not have water there. So that's why I bought that water tank, so that we could get water to some different locations. made it to the far end of this fence, and like I said, this is just a fence that was put up to separate our livestock from being able to get to the creek. So there's the rest of that field, and like I said, there's a lot of grass in there still, but if you continue on where this fence used to go, it's kind of been ripped apart over the years by storms and trees down and stuff, but it used to sort of dead end at that tree right there that hung out over the edge of the creek and then kind of snaked along the creek bank. It was really just kind of a temporary, I don't know, makeshift kind of fence, nothing straight, just wire tied between trees really. But you know, years of creek bank eroding and trees falling, and you know, it's no longer there. But we're not super concerned about that part right now. What I want to do is bring that hot wire down that edge of the field, and then we'll come across, I don't know, I mowed a trail through here the other day, just kind of rough estimating, bring a hot wire down here and tie into this fence. So I got this end repaired. I've got one water gap finished. I need to go over on the other side of the ditch and go from there to the existing fence, figure that situation out, and then the next water gap is going to be a little bit more of a problem. I'm not sure how I'm going to figure it out just yet, but I don't know. We'll do something. I've got some old leftover cattle panels, you know, just different things that can get washed out and be rebuilt pretty quickly. So there's the gate I would be able to use. In theory, I don't know, really I probably need to make a gate. Would you move? Make a gate for that pasture too, so I could, you know, have them where they could go into this pasture or this pasture as they come across back here. So I need to tie into this fence from the other side of that water gap. And they'll just have to find a way to cross that ditch. They're all-wheel drive animals. They can get up and down and across a ditch, so they'll figure that part out. But it used to tie into this fence several years ago, but I mean, you know, time does its thing, I guess. And there's still a few wires and some T-posts left here, but you can see where I did the other side and the bottom. So we're going to take it from here and just tie it into that fence, I guess. Okay, got a better idea. Instead of stretching some old loose strands of barbed wire here, I've got a better idea. Just so happen to have a leftover pile up here. Yeah, that looks perfect. I mean, it's all bent up and not great, but it's perfect for this job. I bet you this will work right. Might get into the tires when I turn. We'll see. In today's politically correct world, what do you call these? I know what I grew up calling them, and it wasn't side cutters. They have a name. Just don't know if we can say it in today's politically correct world where everybody wants to cancel you for saying the wrong thing, huh? All right, that was a pretty simple fix. That should do the trick. Got several strands of wire all the way over to the ditch past the end of that panel. We got our makeshift somewhat of a water gap ditch crossing. The thing about these mini donkeys are super easy keepers. I don't think we'll have a problem keeping them in whatsoever. When we bring the alpacas over, they're at the merch place. When we bring them back, they're super easy keepers. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. If they get out, it's not that big a deal. They'll be super easy to get back in, and it's not like they're going to go to a road or a neighbor or anything. It's our property across the creek too, so I don't think we'll have an issue there. Next step is over behind the equipment shed, and I think I have an idea for a crossing, a water gap crossing over there. Okay, so I'll have to figure out something to go from the corner of this equipment shed over here to the fence. I can put some panels up, or some portable panels, something, because I don't really want the animals to get in the equipment shed and be messing around with my equipment. So I think I'll take full advantage of that old telephone pole that I left back when we put the barn up and cleaned out that ditch and all that stuff. But why couldn't I just take a piece of a panel and go from here to there? Because obviously they'll be able to come around. I don't care that they're back here. They're not going to hurt the barn. But I could take a piece of a wire panel and go across this with a couple T-posts and kind of leave it kind of hanging out over the edge of that pole a little bit, and then just get some wire and some panels and just wire them to that, and I can cut them to fit the ditch or whatever, and then just leave them so that they can swing, because we do get quite a bit of water flow through here when we have a big storm. And then come up the other side and start my hot wire. Probably, well, I could come up from that side with another piece of a panel and go to like that tree, and then take my hot wire. I mean, tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. I see 3 trees that would make good strong post braces for a hot wire fence. That would be simple enough. And go straight across that pasture from this tree to that tree to that pecan tree over there, and then head across the pasture. I like that idea. I think it'll work. You're making fun of my old janky system here.
Repurposing.
Yeah. If I was smart, I'd probably put this panel on the other side of that so that if water hits it, it would swing easier. Yeah. I'm not that smart. I don't think this is going to hold up to a big storm either way.
I'll be surprised if it rains that much.
I'm not talking about like this week. I mean, we had water went through the bottom of that barn this year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 6 feet tall, and the bottom of that barn's probably 8 feet. So we had this much water in here once this year. No, that was rare. I mean, we had 7 inches.
That's what I was
of
fixing
rain
to say. That doesn't happen very often.
Well, they keep telling us. They keep calling these storms we have the storm of the century. 100-year rain. Mm-hmm. We had 100-year rain in 2015, and we had 100-year rain in 2024. So maybe one was for the 1900s and one was for the 2000s. I don't know.
This is so pretty. It looks fake.
Pretty old.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that dog.
Earl lasted about 10 minutes. I came out here, get started, had all 3 dogs. Gemma finds a varmint in a brush pile, starts barking. So Bear runs around, gets out of the goat pen. So Bear, Earl, and Gemma are all after a varmint. 15 minutes later, I look up. Kelsey and Gemma are sitting on the buggy, and Bear and Earl are who knows where.
Oh, yay.
Exploring. That's why Earl stays in the house. Kelsey goes with me all the time. Earl likes to venture off with Bear, and he comes back completely covered in stick tats.
Yep.
That's real good. May not be the prettiest fence situation, but I got the other crossing done, and I think I may have enough stuff left over from other previous hot wire projects to do what I need to do. And I went back to the house and put a solar powered Energizer on the charger. I put the battery on the charger, even though it's solar powered, but I think I may have everything I need to get this set up. It's not going to be the prettiest, but it's back here in the woods, and who cares? I think, Kelsey, if all goes well and my fence charger will charge and my battery will hold up, I may be able to get this completed today and turn out the 4 donkeys that DJ has here and see if they'll stay in. I've had some, pretty good success keeping donkeys and alpacas in a 2-wire hot wire in the past. It's never been an issue. They have to kind of learn what that fence is once or twice, and then they've stayed in it in the past, so we'll see what we can do. Leave her alone. Well, water gaps are done. Old existing fence is repaired, and the new 2-wire electric hot wire is up. I'm not sure that it's going to be hot. I'm charging my battery. I know it's a solar powered unit, but I'm still going to try to charge the battery because it hasn't been used since, I don't know, a year and a half ago, something like that. So I'm letting that battery charge, and then I'll bring it over here, find a good sunny spot. I almost said a good shady spot. Anyways, good sunny spot. See if I can get this thing electrified before I start separating goats and donkeys and try to turn them out over here. Golly, apparently there's a short in the cord. Woo! That lit me up. Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna turn this off. Woo! Yeah, need some electrical tape on that negative. I think that about stopped my heart. Woo! Better get back, Kelsey. Golly, it works. Gosh. Woo. I'm gonna go around and test the fence with my tester, not my thumb. I don't know how hot the fence is, but the Energizer, it'll restart your heart, I think. Whew. Yep, it's hot here. So Kelsey found out it was hot too. She jumped off and ran around and ran under the fence, and it worked, didn't it, Kelsey? See if it's hot over here. Yep. Good to go. Hey, you poor girls. You want to go graze a little greener pasture? Go get some grass? The hard part, or the dilemma, I guess I should say, is I can't turn the goats out, so I'm going to have to separate the goats from the donkeys. Now, I only have two options. I can either move the goats. Oh, I'm not quite ready. I have one more spot of fence. I need to take, that's what I need to do, is take these panels back there and go from the fence to the barn. Almost forgot about that, Charlie. That would have been a problem, wouldn't it? Just like you. A problem. You think you can line them up?
Maybe.
I almost forgot one very important part. So I had to go grab some portable panels. These things work pretty good for stuff like this, so we'll see. We might do it if you can. Here, I lined it up for you. Come on, goats. Y'all gotta separate from the donkeys. Come on. Come on. Oh, Mom, you got too close too soon. No, that one skipped. Yeah, it was scaredy skip.
Yeah.
I was going in there.
You're gonna wait.
Why do I need to wait?
I was gonna shut this one.
Open it, let me in. Hey, girls. So everyone in here, all of these donkeys, except for Baker, have seen a hot wire. So it's going to be up to Baker to learn. Did you get off of me? Come on.
Will not. She will indeed not get off of you.
No, that is true. So I moved the goats over there. Seriously? I'm going to put this bucket on your head.
It won't help.
I moved the goats over. That was pretty simple. So the only problem is the goats are now going to be sharing a fence with the bucks. The does and the bucks are going to be sharing a fence.
Hey.
But there is a good solid fence in between them.
Hey, Brett.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Phoebe's in the lead. Baker's in a close second. She better hurry up. She's going to get overtaken. There you go, Baker. Woo! She's a bucking bronco. All right, Houston, go open the fence. Open the gate. Don't you bite at me. Here. Is that what you want? No, they're like, oh, Houston, open the gate, huh? All right, listen, girls. You can't go in the equipment shed. Kelsey, you better get out of the way. You can't go in the equipment shed. Try not to hurt yourself on the scrap sheet metal pile. Okay, I know how donkeys are. Farrah's going on a exploration first, I guess. So they got to figure out that they can cross the ditch. Yeah, leave the gate open, son.
Yeah. Oh.
That way they can get back. Oh!
Oh my God!
Baker about ran over me. She hit the bucket when she ran by. Come on, girls.
You better watch it.
The first order of business is they've got to figure out how to get over to the pasture. I mean, like I said earlier, they're all-wheel drive donkeys. They will not have a problem figuring it out. They just got to find a good place to cross. Phoebe, you can't really go that way very far. I got a fence down there. Woo! Phoebe's first. Where's the rest? Come on, girls. There you go, Phoebe. Put her in four-wheel drive. Oh, Mom's got them all hemmed up over there.
No, I was trying not to. Come on.
Look, girls, Phoebe's getting a bite of feed. Oh, here they come.
How they go down over here?
Yeah. You can step right over that log right where you're at and come down. Or you can go wherever.
Where'd they come down? Right here?
I went with Phoebe.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about them.
They can go down wherever. They're all-wheel drive.
Oh, there she goes.
Come on. There you go. Here comes Baker and Farrell. Woo! Excuse you, Fallon. And Mom. Woo!
Bodark is stabbing me.
Yeah, don't grab the pokey limbs. Oh, I about got it on video again. All right, girls. Let's go graze. Come on. I know you're not used to that. Woo. Phoebe, you've seen that before. You know you have. Kelsey, you trying to get them to play with you? Hey, Kelsey, settle. Settle.
She just wants to play.
Settle. Well, Mom?
Well, the triplets have been over here before.
Yeah, you used to chase them around over here.
I did.
But they've never been in a fence over here. They've
No.
never been over here in a hot wire
They were free
where we
range.
could just leave them. Yeah, they were free ranging for a while, huh?
They did.
Bunch of free grazers. But I think they'll enjoy this. We'll probably bring them back in the evening and shut the gate. Don't you think? Back there, just at least for the first couple days, so we know that they somebody didn't settle.
She wants to play.
Yes, she does.
I'm over here getting stick types off, so.
I'm not really concerned about predators or anything like that necessarily. I just with a new hot wire situation, you want to make sure everybody's familiar. And when we first put the donkeys and the alpacas in the hot wire the last time, we had a couple escapees for the first day or so, and then they figured it out. Well, Farrah's found her a place to go potty. So, look at that. Donkeys in grass taller than them. Yeah. Is that good stuff, Phoebe? A lot of this is, well, I'm not going to say all of it by any means, but a lot of this is stuff that I planted back during the spring, that seed from green cover. And certain areas of this pasture have a lot better grass than others. Right here it's kind of thin, really, but you can see all of this that's green is seed that I planted. So the deer are, it's past the point where the deer are really going to be eating on it much, but I guarantee you Phoebe will eat it. Everyone's just exploring their new pasture. They don't know where all the fences are and everything very well, so they got to figure it all out. And for some reason, Phoebe just keeps hanging out by herself. It doesn't have anything to do with this. I don't know what you're talking about. She's not a spoiled brat. All right, listen, girls. Nobody do anything silly. And I know my fences aren't fancy, but you got plenty of green grass. There's no reason to escape. Okay? Don't hang out down here in the ditch and find some old junky metal to cut yourself on. I'd appreciate that. So, Baker, don't go through the hot wire, please. Okay? Would you leave me alone? Go hang out with your kind. Yeah. That was not a whole lot of excitement. I dumped out what little bit of feed I had in the bucket, so Phoebe's protecting it. But I just knew they'd come over here and just stick their head down in the grass and start grazing. But clearly, they were not that hungry. Curious, maybe, but not really that hungry. You just eating the seeds off the top there? I see that. All right, let's check one more time just to make sure. Our fence is, yep, it's still popping all the way to the top. Trust me, it will light you up.
It will.
Mm-hmm.
Got Dad.
Farrah got left alone. She's like, wait a minute, where'd everybody go? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fattest of them all?
Who's the most pregnant of them all?
Phoebe, Fallon, Farrah, the thick and the middle triplets. Phoebe, you looking thick in the middle, girl. It's going to be interesting when the three triplets, all three have a baby. Yeah, exactly. Did you see that? She walked up, got about 6 inches from it and said, no thanks. Farrah, you going to try it out? No. Nope. Good. They respect it. I haven't even tested it yet.
No, it's a wild one.
I kind of figured Baker would be over here.
Yeah.
I figured Baker would be over here trying it out, but clearly they were not as hungry as what they lead on to be. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh.
They always act like they're starving to death.
They are not.
And you bring them over here to nice green pasture,
They're going back home.
and they're like, Mom will feed us at the barn. Got them. They're like, how can we get around this fence?
Yeah.
Oh, whoop. What happened?
I don't think they know.
All right, girls. We're going to go back to the house. You all do not escape, please. You're welcome to walk around, explore the fence, explore the pasture, but please don't get out. Well, it's 5:50, and look who decided to show back up at the house. Completely covered in stick tots and cuckleburrs. It's going to take me, oh my goodness, Earl, these cuckleburrs, you can't even see them because they're so matted. This guy has been gone all day. It's 6 p.m. He was here at 10 o'clock this morning. Was when him and Bear decided to go on a journey. In other news, look at this. One of our followers had a replacement part for Houston's crossbow that broke on him the other day. I think it's called Eagle Mountain Archery. He sent a t-shirt. Yeah, Eagle Mountain Archery in Hiawassee, Georgia. Pretty cool t-shirt too. But yeah, so I'll be able to take the old broken limb whole assembly off of Houston's old crossbow, and I'll probably just donate it, just give it to another kid in the area that could use a crossbow. Yeah, there's the old one that busted. Just take that off, put the new one on, and this thing will be good to go. It's the exact part we needed. Perfect. Couldn't get it from PSE, but somebody had one in their bow shop, in their archery shop. Got one more chore to do this evening. I promise we didn't forget about you. What? Are you hungry? Huh? Here you go. Is it clogged up? Sorry. Got a milk clog? If you can't get it, I'll take the nipple off and fix it. I think it's got a problem here. Here. Come here. 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 That better? You act like that's better. I see you. Yeah. Hi, Cody. You come down for a visit? You watching Charlie back there behind me? Get your belly full? I'll let you go back to sleep. I know it's kind of late. Well, guys, got a lot accomplished today. Got a new pasture set up for the donkeys. And we'll probably be bringing the other donkeys and the alpacas back over here pretty soon. So we want them to be here for the winter, so we, make sure they have access to plenty of water that's not frozen. And this guy behind me, or a gal behind me, being sneaky. Anyways, guys, remember, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know. It just might change the world. So, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.